You are now watching the Queen Chioma.
Yep, 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 yep.
So hey guys, I'm back with another video. So tonight's video is yet again another Chioma Chats video podcast edition. So by the title, we are going to be discussing Instagram thoughts. Now, I don't necessarily mean Instagram thoughts like these girls are thoughts, but I just called it that because that's what everyone else refers to these types of Instagram influencers. And although I do think this terminology is kind of harsh and kind of over the top, I understand why people do say it, and we're going to get into that. So I was scrolling on Instagram and I came across from a blog page that an Instagram influencer or rapper, I'm not really sure which one she is, you guys can correct me, Chinese Kitty decided to make some revelations to her Instagram story. Now, this woman said, "It's just so much hoeing and Instagram make everything so accessible now that it's hard to maintain a relationship. Niggas get to F on girls they dream of or just even run across a slide on Instagram in a heartbeat. Life just weird now. Stay safe though." Now, when I saw this, honestly, I'm not too familiar with most of the girls that are considered Instagram thoughts. I'd rather just call them influencers because just because you're on Instagram and you have a certain aesthetic or a certain body type or a certain look does not make you a thought, okay? A thought makes you a thought. There are regular thoughts in real life. Just because you're on Instagram and you have thousands of followers and a certain type of look to your body and a certain type of dress, that doesn't make you a thought. It may make you a little bit promiscuous in terms of your appeal or make you a little bit raunchy in terms of your appeal, but to call you a full-blown thought or hoe, I don't agree with. But anyway, I just kind of feel like right message, wrong messenger, next case, because at the end of the day, this woman here perpetuates the same thing that she was just talking about. Now, I did like the message in terms of she is right, because at the end of the day, Instagram has allowed for a lot of women, young women in particular, to be on here and kind of overdo it with certain content. In my opinion, you can disagree with me if you want to, but I did want to touch on this and I didn't really have any talking points, so let's just get right into this video. So when I first started using Instagram, which was sometime in like high school, I didn't really have Instagram for a long time. Back then, you kind of just posted whatever you were doing. There was no sponsored content. You didn't really have people saying, hey, buy this, or followers didn't matter as much, likes didn't matter as much. There was no way to kind of monetize your Instagram page unless you were a celebrity. And even at that case, I don't even think it was that popular, but Instagram has definitely grown and changed over the last couple of years here. And the one thing that has really become a big part of Instagram is Instagram influencing, especially through women. And through women that give off a certain look that is considered a little bit less classy than what people would deem modeling. I feel like to each their own. There are certain girls that are considered Instagram thoughts or people don't like, but I do like their content. I like their outfits. I like their hairstyles. I like their fashion. I like their makeup. And I'm a girly girl, so those are the types of things I'm into. I like looking at all of those different things. But I must say, there is a level of doing too much. And from looking at certain content every day, I kind of feel like girls are losing their marbles just a little bit. And you definitely need to go and pick them up. Pick up those marbles because we're losing them just a little bit. Sometimes I see content and I'm like, how is this even allowed to be on Instagram? Certain fashions are getting a little bit more risque. Some girls don't have a level of decorum or a level of decency or just a simple level of privacy for certain parts of their body. And if you want to post that, by all means, I just feel like no matter what, it's no point in posting it because even if you're okay with it, you just don't know who is doing what with your photograph. I have a modeling agency now that I've been building up and been working on, and we're gearing up for tryouts. And of course, we look at all of our candidates' social media, and nobody needs to have a perfect social media because that's what the agency is here for. We're here to help. We're here to help build your presence on social media. But I keep seeing a lot of girls reach out to my business page, and then when I go to their page, it's like an OnlyFans link, or they're in too much revealing clothes, or they have like literally their private parts, their areola, damn near the vajayjay showing. And it's just like, sis, I like you and I would love to pick you, but it's just too much of a risk in terms of the reputation that I want to hold for my brand. And y'all can't really act like if you post certain content like that your reputation can't be called into question. I feel like people think it's wrong for people to pass judgment on certain types of content, but like, what do you expect people to think about you when you're giving off a certain aesthetic? And I feel like it's a fair level of judgment. And a lot of times I feel like women are trying to disguise it as women empowerment or sexual liberation. And those things are great. And I definitely agree with those. But there is a borderline where you're honestly doing too much. There's no reason for any of your private parts to ever be on social media. And not just because you can do whatever you want to do, but again, the safety of you don't know who's doing doing what with your picture? The reason why I wouldn't select a girl into my agency who has done certain types of photos or is engaged in certain things is because at the end of the day, when you go to a photo shoot as a model, Instagram model, regular model, whomever, and you're nude, and there's people taking photos of you, most times the photographers are men. That's just what it is. Photo shoots do take a few hours, and to hold up your hand across your chest for that long, you're gonna get tired. So who's to say that when you put your hand down, and for whatever reason, maybe your left breast is exposed for just a quick second, the photographer snaps a photo, now the photographer has a full-blown nude photo of you, when in reality, you were trying to cover yourself up during the photo shoot. You don't know what that photographer is gonna do with your photo. You don't know if he's gonna go sell it. You don't know if he's gonna go get off to it. You don't know anything, okay? Which is why I just try to stay away from it. I feel like Instagram nowadays, it's because women are trying to do this whole, oh, well, we wanna be liberated and we wanna be free and we wanna have empowerment to do what we wanna do without anybody saying anything. That is great. But I feel like sometimes people are trying to use that to apply to why they are quote unquote Instagram thoughts. Trust and believe when I say I am all for sexy, I love a cleavage, I love showing off the body type. I like all of that. But some girls are going above and beyond. And what I mean is there's kind of no reason why I should kind of see what you look like for free, okay? If you're gonna be posting any of this content, I will hope that you're getting a pretty penny for it. But sometimes money does not really mean much when you have to put your goods and your privacy on the line. This is like the pot calling the kettle black. This woman, Chinese Kitty, if you go to her Instagram page, she has all types of revealing photos, all types of photos that show her breasts. There's many photos that show her hips, show her abdomen, show everything. Like there's nothing to the imagination. So to say that men now have the access to see what you look like and they would never get a chance with you in real life, I mean, you're giving them a free show, sis. Like that's just what it is. You cannot complain of the quality of men that you get when you're posting stuff like this because everybody knows overall, collectively, for young men ages 18 to like 25, which is my age group, those men are still developing and they're just not shit for the most part. And I'm not saying that to be a man hater. I'm just saying that's just what it is. And those same men don't really respect women that want to post all of this in the name of I can do so. If you want to do that, fine. And no, you don't have to do anything for a man. You don't have to do anything to be respected by a man. And there are men out here that will accept you for whatever you post out there. But the overall consensus, which is what I feel like people need to get back to, they love to say but this, but that, but there's some men here, but these men, but my men, I don't care about what your man did or what these men are doing. The collective, the overall consensus, the part that actually occurs to most people, okay? The average is most men are not going to take you serious when you're posting damn near everything out there. Yes, they will take their pulsing, piping penis and penetrate your pretty pink pussy. Of course they would, okay? It's their natural instinct to do stuff like that. But you can't sit up here and complain that someone is having so much access, and I guess maybe guys that are not attractive or guys that would normally not speak to you can do so through Instagram when you're giving them a free show. I kind of feel like women need to just have a balance of what they consider sexy and what they consider normal. I feel like there's ways to go about it. To me, there's a tasteful way to do nude photography, but the difference is on Instagram, it doesn't really come off as tasteful because it kind of seems like there's a whole bunch of promiscuous women trying to overcompete and outdo the other one. At one point, it was just, okay, we showing off a little cleavage, we showing off midriff, and now it's a full-blown porn site. And Instagram wants to sit up here and talk about removing likes and whatnot. No, how about you address all of these porn group chats that people keep making and trying to add people into that nobody wants to see? But that's a story for another day. All in all, ladies and gentlemen, I feel like, yes, I am judgmental. I'm gonna be real. That's why I have this whole entire channel. But I do like the tasteful sexy, and I feel like there's a way to do it. I kind of feel like if you're gonna go overt with your sexuality on the internet, you cannot really complain with the type of energy that you receive from both men and women. You can't be confused when people think of you a certain way off of the imagery that you're giving off. And people say, well, you shouldn't be judged just because a woman wears this doesn't mean that it means this. It doesn't. Right? But at the same time, people are free to perceive what they want to perceive. And the usual perception is Instagram thought or a hoe or a whore or whatever. And words that usually don't even apply to the women that they're being called. But based off of your perception, what can you expect? And that's just me being real. I hope moving forward, there are girls who just rethink some of the content that they post. As a young woman, ages 18, 19, 20, when you're finally getting that adult freedom, you don't have to do it this crazy. Okay? I promise you, you don't have to put that all out there. I promise you, you don't, sweetie. Men will penetrate anything, okay? So if you're doing it for the attention of men, if you're doing it for yourself or whatever your reason is, I promise you don't have to do it as explicit as what is out there. Some of those outfits are cute, but some of those outfits are just cute because it's on a certain body type that's been surgically enhanced. When you put it on the average woman's body type, it just doesn't look like that, or it doesn't look as good. And that's the whole point of Instagram. It is an illusion, it is a false reality, and it's not authentic. Please have discernment for what is out there for the girls who are making money and making a real career off of really exploiting their bodies and their selves versus the average consumer, because it doesn't really equal and doesn't really compare. Just be smart when you're looking at this footage on the internet and understand that you really don't have to go that far with being sexy. There are ways to do it that are a little bit more tasteful and a little bit more classy. It really is to each their own, and every woman has the choice to do whatever. But when it comes to stuff like this, y'all, you can't complain when you put that imagery out there as to what type of energy you get back. And Chinese Kitty, like I said, right message, wrong messenger, next case. So that is it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your commentary on my commentary down below in the comment section. Don't forget to follow me on all of my social media networks, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.
Now you can't, never again. Now Queen Chioma cost a whole lot of bands. I mailed out the message and it probably didn't send. When I'm gonna stop shitting, I don't know what these pins. Shuffle the deck and I still get a check, and my bank account look like my sponsor is faster. Got niggas in Philly, Miami, the gump that will pinch a block red, make you look like a capper. Then I throw one to his face with my gold rings, make him look like an alpha. Then I go make it go rain, pour a pussy on him like he took a shower. I think he's scared of Queen Chioma, he calling his dogs, he look like a coward. Then I go ride to Toledo, cruise in my new rocket, cause I got the power. They call me QC, I'm shitting on you, but I am